You hit it off with the bumper, now straight down the middle again. You had a fling with a slingshot, you're rolling out the alley again. I tried to cradle you with my flipper, it was all in vain. Baby, 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 why you doing me wrong? Don't you remember the good days when we used to get along? We'd make those score reels spin all night, then we'd be singing our song. You said life was getting bland, so you brought two friends in. But I can hardly keep up, you guys are making my head spin. Now I've let you all drain and my dang old flippers went limp.
Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm here with Larry, pin site handle IndyPin, and he was kind enough to invite me over to check out his collection and agreed to do an interview with us. So Larry, let's get it started with the most common question there is. What got you started in pinball?
Well, first thing, Zach, I'm taking over your job, okay? I just want you to know that right now. He didn't want to break it to you, but anyway.
Hey, you're out, Zach.
You're out, Zach. Sorry, buddy. What I got into pinball was that my brother had a man cave downstairs, and he wanted to do something special to his man cave. He gave me a call and said, Larry, I'm thinking about getting a pinball machine. I went, really, a pinball machine? So he went and bought one, and he invited me over his house, and Gary showed it to me, and I can't remember, I think it was Lost World, don't get me wrong. And
love that Lost World.
Yeah, it was. It was, you know, I looked at it, and I thought, this is pretty cool. We didn't really play.
It was the original Lost World, the one with the sunken plate or the 3D stuff on top. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So he got that one, and we started playing it. I thought it was really cool. I never was into pinball. I was more of an arcade guy back in the day, and so I liked it. And I thought, you know, I was trying to start a man cave myself. I thought I'm going to look at a pinball machine, and I did. That's what started all. And well, you see, it kind of went on in. But
so how long ago was that?
About 7 or 8 years ago.
Oh man!
Yeah.
So what was your first machine that you brought in that you got?
Terminator 2.
Oh man!
I tell you the reason why. I didn't remember too much about pinball, but I do remember Terminator 2. I remember that was the big movie back in the day. That was the thing to have or to watch. And I remember the Terminator 2 pinball machine, that metal endoskeleton head on the play.
Well, there was nothing like they'd never done it. I mean, that game was unique and it was revolutionary for the time. So I mean, it grabbed a lot of people's attention.
Yes, especially with the new with the DMD. First, that game had DMD, and I remember seeing that, and so I went and bought it. And it's a funny story. When I bought it from the guy, I said, "Can you send me some pictures of what the pinball machine looks like?" He goes, "Yeah." He sent me pictures. I downloaded it on my old computer. I ended up got a virus from those pictures I downloaded. Oh my gosh! But anyway, that's the first one I had, and I ended up selling it. And I think I episode 1 after that, and then after that, it just
escalated from there,
like they always do. Like every
and now you got the collection that you have.
Now here we are, right here, 7 years later, 8 years later.
That's great. Let's start with in your collection. What's the favorite pin in your collection?
It's a coin toss. I would say either Medieval Madness or Star Trek LE. I love both those pins.
Oh, that Star Trek LE.
Yeah.
We were talking earlier about how absolutely beautiful that thing was. And we're going to do a review on it soon, guys. So expect that soon. But it is one of the most beautiful machines I've ever seen. And outside of your collection, is there a pin that is your favorite that you do not own or have not owned that you really like and want to get your hands on?
I love. I like to try the Met. I'm sorry, Aerosmith.
Aerosmith.
Yeah. I think that toy is really cool. I like the new LCD screen they put in it. I love to try that one out.
And Zach will probably agree with you on that one. I played that and I like it, but it was a toss up between that and Ghostbusters when I bought my Ghostbusters, and Ghostbusters still won out. I don't know why.
I know.
It just
classic movie.
Yeah. It was part of my childhood. You know how it is back in the 80s stuff. So it was that won out. But Aerosmith, it is. I don't think you'd be disappointed at all. So speaking of favorite pins, what's a pin that you like that no one else likes? Do you have that one pin that's just people just tear apart and just like, that's the most awful game in the world, but you find yourself enjoying it?
It's funny because I just got rid of it only because I have to make room for it, but I like Roadshow.
Oh,
I did. I know It's got 2 talking heads on it.
Yeah.
Everybody knows about the Roadshow.
Yeah.
I had 2 of them. I sold one, and I missed it, got it back. And like I said, the only reason I sold this one here because I need to make room. But it's a country music theme.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's funny. It's quirky. It's got little cool stuff. It's hit or miss, you know.
And that's what we. That's another review that we actually have coming up. Zach had a roadshow that he got in, and that's what. Man, I was like, you, because he kept telling me, he's like, we got to review this game. We got to review this game. I like roadshow, and I was like, you really like it that much? I was like, I just can't get into it. I was like, it's got those creepy Rudy heads, like with Funhouse. I was like, they're kind of creepy and scary. Yeah. And he's like, no, and he said the exact same thing. You know, it's kind of that quirky, just a fun pin, man. So yeah, you guys expect that review too, but that's neat. So and on that same front, what's a pin that you hate that everyone else loves? Which is hard because you've got like the best pins that there is. You got like the top pins.
It's funny because there's 2 pins that come to mind that I bought that I just couldn't get into too much. And now one's gonna be 50-50. Okay. Let me say 3 pins. One's 50-50, and after I sold it. It's kind of weird, but okay. First one is I never did care for the Frankenstein, the Sega Frankenstein. I don't know why. That one just didn't appeal to me after I got it, played it. It has the big DMD on it. That sold me on it. And after I started playing, I went, yeah, okay.
Did you like the music to it at least?
The music was cool.
Yeah.
I like the way you can switch between the 2 music and stuff. I did like that one. X-Men. I didn't care for X-Men too much. The Stern.
Yeah. That's a lot of people. Like I was trying to tell Zach about. I was like, man, I kind of like to get a hands on X-Men. He's like, no, they were kind of save it. He's like, man, for the price, there's a lot of other really good pins out there, and kind of save it. But then a couple people kind of rave about it and love it and all that. Was there anything you liked about X-Men? Like art, anything?
The art was cool. I did like the art.
Which one did you have? Did you have a Pro or did you have
the Magneto LE?
Oh, okay. So you had probably the prettiest back glass out of them all.
Yeah, I did like that one. It's just 2 big bash toys. It just seemed like someone said perfectly. It looked like a top you got on a shampoo bottle back in the day, you know. And
like one of those kids when like I had like a Slimer that was like that, I think, from Ghostbusters.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I thought they should switch around. They should have Magneto there because in the Wolverine, you hit Wolverine. There was a magnet there. I thought magnet should have been in front of Magneto. It's just a little couple stuff. That's just me personally. I like the board games, but I didn't care for.
Yeah.
And I sold it. Along with Spider-Man, I do miss Spider-Man. There's so many pins I sold that I miss, you know. But so that one there.
What Spider-Man? Did you get tired of it? Is it like what everybody says? Because I'd love to have a Spider-Man, but everybody says it's just so repetitive and it gets old. It's really fun, but it gets old really quick. But then a lot of people miss it.
It's a fun pin. That's one of the ones I miss. I love the Venom shot. I love the.
That's what I said. They're satisfying. There's a lot of satisfying. Even Doc Ock, there's a lot of very satisfying shots.
Yes. Yeah. Same man. That had cool toys on it. If you get the back alley creation, the subway city, because if you look at it, it looked like a miniature New York City.
Yes.
And that's what I like about those mods, and we talked about that. And I miss Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man. I sold that one. I think what it was we was moving, and. I sold to a guy, and just to save me trouble for moving it.
Oh, man.
I know.
Don't ever do that, Larry.
I know. It's a superhero combo. I sold him my X-Men and my Spider-Man, and he wanted, I think he wanted Spider-Man at the time more so than X-Men.
Yeah.
But it's a deal trade, and he's a real nice guy. Buddy from Dole Slingers on Pinside, super nice guy. Shout out to him. He came down and got it, and I miss Spider-Man. I think one day I'm going to try to get one back. I actually like the new one with the new cartoon art in it.
I kind of do too. A lot of people kind of knock on that vault, but I like that vault.
I do too.
And you got the upgraded magnets.
Yes.
So that's nice. You don't have to worry about freaking ripping your playfield apart, pulling those magnets out.
Yes.
Because it seems like those magnets just wear bad. Like there's a place I've been playing Metallica, and it's not very old and doesn't have a lot of plays on it, but it's already mushrooming back there in front of Sparky, and I'm like, man, there's just nothing you can do about that. So I wish Stern would do that with, they would have done that a long time ago with the larger magnet base so it didn't tear into it. But I agree with you, man. I love Spider-Man. It's one of my favorite pins. I think that's one of Stern's best that,
I think so too.
That they've done for sure.
Yeah, and I tell you, my wife got mad at me. Not mad at me, but let me phrase that. She got upset with me.
Don't let her watch this, Larry.
When I got rid of 2 pins, one was the Spider-Man.
Uh-huh.
She likes Spider-Man. She never plays pinball, but she just likes certain ones.
Yeah.
And the other one was AC/DC.
Oh.
After I sold AC/DC, it seemed like every time she turned on the radio, AC/DC song was playing. And every time it comes on, I'll say, honey, what song is that? And she goes, I know, AC/DC. And so she teases about that now. But, that's, I like that one a lot. I really did. I knew gravitate towards Love It. The swinging bell was awesome.
Yeah.
I love that shot. I don't know why. I never could grab onto it. I just sold it. I kind of miss it.
There's a lot of people that say that, and that's my favorite band of all time.
Yeah, I love AC/DC.
So I really want that pin just because of the band and everything. So I'm hoping, because I haven't even played. I have played it. I played it at Expo, but I haven't got to put a lot of time on there. So I'm like, if I buy that just because it's my favorite band, I hope that I don't regret the purchase. But okay, so you had AC/DC. Yes. You've got Kiss. You've got Metallica. Mm-hmm. So you want an Aerosmith. So what's your favorite? What's your favorite band? What music do you listen to, Larry? Because you got music pins, so you obviously love music.
Yes, I like all music. It's funny because when I bought Metallica, I'm not really heavy metal. Yeah. But in my opinion, Metallica has the best Stern toys on it. It's just got so much interactive toys. They're not just staying there to be looked at. They interact and stuff. I like AC/DC. I love it. Like we say, I like AC/DC. I grew up with the Eagles. Tom Petty, Bryan Adams, guys, bands like that.
REO Speedwagon, all that old stuff, the older.
And it's funny because I remember when I was buying pins, I thought, I'm not going to buy no music pins. I don't want no music pins. But after I bought the first one, those two go together. Music and pinball go together. It does,
very much so.
And when I have non-pinball collectors come down and play, they gravitate towards
the music pins.
In fact, a buddy of mine's come over. They asked me, I tell them nonchalantly, I sold my AC/DC. Oh my God, were you kidding me?
Yeah.
You sold AC/DC? They never play pinball except in my house. But
it's something they can relate to, I guess, too, because they hear songs that they know it's common. So then it kind of makes them probably feel more comfortable with the machine. Because that's what's weird is like I'll bring people who aren't pinball people, and it's almost like they're kind of scared to play. Like you can kind of see they're enjoying themselves, but they don't really want to stick around. They don't want to be, make a fool of themselves or something. So it's like you said. I think music pins kind of ease them into it because it makes them a little more comfortable.
Oh yeah.
But, so you with. Because I want to ask you this, because I've never really talked to anybody about it. With Kiss, even though code's not complete and there's still code problems, do you still find it to be a fun game? Because I've only played it one time, a handful of times, one setting, and I actually liked it, man. I thought it was one of the prettier pins I'd seen, and it wasn't as bad as Now I didn't get deep to probably things that weren't complete and everything else, but I myself actually enjoyed it.
It is Kiss. I remember when I first saw Kiss, it's one of those ones I got addicted to. And I think what it was the art package. I like the way Stern went back and hired, is it Kevin O'Connor? Is the artist, I think?
It sounds right. Close to something
like that. Yeah. They hired him, who did the artwork back in the late 70s when they released that Kiss pinball, not Stern released it, but the Kiss came out. And the art package, and I just kept looking. I thought that pin looked so awesome. And it's one of those bands that I grew up with. Yeah. I never was a big Kiss fan, but I just remember back, the Destroyer album. The guys, the way they dressed up, Gene Simmons spitting out blood. And
it don't matter what kind of music you like. You didn't miss Kiss.
No, you didn't miss. You knew Kiss was there. Yeah. And their outlandish costumes, their shows, and everything. And when I got it, and it's one of those ones I'm sitting there playing it, and I didn't realize how many Kiss songs there was. That was actually really good songs. And I start listening to it, and I'm tapping my toes. I'm kind of humming songs and singing to myself, act like a kid again. Yeah. And it's fun. I'm waiting for the code. Yeah. But and I think the art package is one of Stern's best.
I agree. I love it. The playfield just looks awesome.
It does.
Gene Simmons' big head with that tongue. It's awesome. Yeah. It's iconic. Yeah. What about you obviously heard about Spookies with Alice Cooper. What do you think about Alice Cooper?
I think...
Are you excited? Kind of somewhat excited? You think it'll be your first spooky machine? Or
one thing I like about Spooky is that I always like the mixture of comedy and horror. Yeah. And so, you got Scared Stiff, you got Addams Family, you got some other ones, Monster Bash, other theme pinballs that's got comedy, horror mixed in between. And I like the way what Spooky is doing in reference to the America's Most Haunted, Rob Zombie, Alice Cooper. Those guys kind of have a little horror in their shows.
Yeah, it's so much. Like it's a stage performance. Yes. Within a band, like Kiss. It's amazing. And I'm excited about it. Zach hates it, and I guess a lot of other people might not like it. But man, I'm excited about it because I think as long as they do good with the playfield art and they do, which the back glass looked fantastic.
Oh, it does.
You like that? Yes. And so I'm stoked about it. I've talked about it in other videos. I'm excited about it. And have you messed with a Spooky before? Have you ever?
My buddy just got a Rob Zombie. And I told him I got to come on and see that.
Yeah.
I want to see. I think it's got some cool toys in it, and just to play with it all. And he said, and so Jason, I'm putting you on the spot, Hoagie. Okay.
Zach just got one, man. He said the build quality on it is just fantastic. I didn't open it up or anything when I was playing it and everything, but he said the build quality is just superb. And he said there's a separate amplifier and everything in there that control it. He said you can actually control the treble and the bass. You can actually mix it and make it sound better. So he said this Spooky Man, he was super impressed with build quality and stuff.
I'm glad they're doing it. I'm glad they're making them. They're getting them out the door. So my hat's off to you, Spooky, for doing what you're doing. And you keep it going.
I agree. So in your current collection, I know that you said you got rid of one just recently to make room for a special pin that's on order, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. But what's your current lineup in numbers? How many do you have?
Right now I have 19.
19. Man.
19. I got 18, but I got the 19th on order. So I had 19 before I got rid of Roadshow.
Can you name all 18 of them?
Without looking?
Without looking?
Oh gosh. Okay.
I'm gonna keep an eye on him.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll put my.
I'll put him on the spot. Sorry, Larry.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Star Trek. Kiss. Let's see what's next to Kiss. Metallica. Ghostbusters. Walking Dead. Wizard of Oz. Scared Stiff. Tales of Arabian Nights. I know I got Addams Family, Theater of Magic, Medieval Mass, Attack from Mars, Cactus Canyon, Indiana Jones, the Williams one.
One left.
Did I say Tales? I did say.
Yep.
I did say Tales. I got 3 in the other room. I got Simpsons, Pinball Party.
Oh yeah, forgot about it in there.
Pirates of the Caribbean, Lord of the Rings, and
it's a Universal.
How did I miss this
Creatures. They're Universal.
Monster Bash.
Yep. There you go. Almost. He was only one off. You got to give it to him. I don't think I can remember them all.
I was choking.
And almost all of them were in order. You were only out of order on like 1 or 2 of them. So.
I guess you pick them and lift them. They kind of come to your children. It's like I call my friend and say my nursery, so I got to know all my children.
Oh, that's so great, man. What's one pin out of these that you've owned over the years? How many have you owned over the years? Do you know? Do you have somewhat of a rough number over the years that you've bought and sold?
I could tell you that the ones I sold was Indiana Jones, X-Men.
The Stern one.
Yes, I'm sorry. Stern, Indiana Jones, X-Men, Spider-Man. I had Congo, Flintstones, Funhouse. I'm trying to think some other, Jurassic Park.
Oh.
I had the original Jurassic Park. I had ACDC. I'm trying to think. There might be 1 or 2 in there. I can't remember.
Which one did you regret getting rid of the most?
Oh, I had Whitewater. Easily. I had 2 of them that I really regret, and Flintstones and Congo.
Really?
Yes.
That's surprising. I mean, Congo I can kind of understand. I like it. But Flintstones, you regret Flintstones?
Yes.
Oh, man.
I sold it in a trade deal, and I sold it for a Flintstone with my Whitewater. And I love both of them. And the funny thing, I learned something about this hobby is that when you sell one of your Williams pins or Bally pin, it seems like you really miss it more.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, because they just don't make them. And if you find one, it may not be as good as the condition that you had it before.
Yeah.
I can't explain it. You can find Stearns maybe.
Well, there's so many people that I've learned that will sell something and then they rebuy it 2 or 3 times.
Yes.
And that's... I don't know if it's collection size. They just get tired of it and you don't think that you're going to want it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it seems very prevalent in this hobby. And that's what, everybody razzes me about Johnny Mnemonic, man. Like, I fell in love with that game.
Yes, it's good.
And I sold it to get Ghostbusters. And I already regret it. Like I'm gonna call the guy back and I'm gonna be like, man, listen, it's gonna be one of those first dibs scenarios where that if you get rid of it, you gotta call me back because I want it.
You gotta use the tears. Use tears. It works. Sometimes it works.
Because I do. I regret getting. I kind of thought I was tired of it, but then it was a nice mashup, and I don't own a lot of pins, so and I haven't owned a lot, so
Oh, you'll get there.
I know.
Trust me, it's a disease. Trust me.
Because I've been in it about a year, and some guys that are in it for a year, they already got 4 or 5 pins, and Zach's gone through freaking 60 of them. But I'm on my 4th one, so I've taken it easy. I guess.
Oh, you'll be up there.
I know.
I'll be a couple years. I'm gonna see you a couple years. And went, you got 23 pins down here.
Yeah, no. I already got wall space picked out for everything. That's so great, man. So how long do most games stay in your collection? Is there any that just like literally you have a month and they're gone, or are you typically a year long?
Some of these pins been in since I won't say day one, but like my medieval mask been here probably one of the longest. Simpsons, I take it back. Simpsons been here longest. Cause I'm a huge Simpson fan. I love the show.
That's so deep and so rule set stuff. It's probably hard to.
Remember I told you I suck at pinball and I wear like a badge of honor. Okay, Simpsons when I first got it, I actually was able to get the Alien Invasion. I can't touch it now. It seems like I'm older. I get stuck at, but most of the pins I get attached to them, and I'm sure everybody been through this before. If a certain pin has a certain shot that's not on any other pinball machine that I played before, I'll hang on to that pin for a while. I love medieval mask. I like the castle. I think it's one of the best toys in the business. I seen y'all show one of the best 10 best shots, 10 best toys, and you guys nailed it on the head.
Well,
and everything.
Thank you, sir.
And and that same thing. Some pins I keep just cause I might get bored with it. I know eventually I'll get back to it. I'll go back to it and play it, and I hate to lose it.
And that's what I talked to. I was talking to my wife about. I was like, I said there was a post on Pinside about what's the magical number of pins to own, and most people were kind of going between like 3 and 5 pins and stuff. And I was like, what, that makes sense.
Yes,
that sounds good. But then I was thinking just theme wise.
Yeah.
And some things that I just would never want to get rid of just because of the theme. It's like we've talked before. It's like it's like art almost or something. So it's like, man, if I really love that movie or I love that theme, I just don't want it to leave just because I'm proud of that machine, or something like.
Exactly.
I'm kind of a horror fan, and I've kind of been looking for a Nightmare on Elm Street a little bit.
Yes.
And I'm like, it's not the greatest game, but I just don't know if I'd ever want to get rid of it just because I grew up with Nightmare on Elm Street. I grew up with Freddy and Jason and everything. And I was like, I just don't know if I could ever get rid of it if I did it. I have a hard time already getting rid of games,
That Freddy Krueger head, the big one, it kind of draws you in. It talks to you.
Yep.
I was getting close to, I almost bought one of those, and I remember the only complaint they had about the pin was the claws would break off when it divert the ball over.
Yeah.
And
most of them are missing at least one of the claws, if not 2 or 3.
Yeah. So I know exactly what you mean on that because you think about that one, you just want to get it, and it's like a sleeper, like you were talking about. That's your pin. Flintstones had the behind the flipper shot. I love that. I put the alternate transline, not the dirty one, mind you, folks, but the good G-rated one. And I put that one on. I like when you look. It had a miniature Bedrock City in your playfield.
Yeah, I've seen it. It looks good. It's a beautiful. It's one of the coolest pins.
It's cool.
Looks wise I've seen.
You can shoot go bowling. You could it's just so much stuff you do, and I just loved it. And I think what it was, I had so much potential. I wanted to LED that thing out, and the night I sold it, I tried to talk it out of it, but I'm the ones. If I told you I'm going to sell this at $4. I try to be a man of my word. I'm going to sell the pin to you for $1 because I promised that, and I sold it to this guy. And it was gone. But I know I'll find it. I've seen it before, but now it's kind of like, what? Do I look in there Flintstones? Do I shop? But I look at this next Stern pin coming in. So
So are you gonna? Because he's got, which we'll show you in a little bit. He's got the Lord of the Rings, the Simpsons Pinball Party, and then Pirates of the Caribbean in another room. So are you going to finish that out, and are you going to keep putting pins in there? Or are you maxed out at when the 19th pin comes in? Are you maxed out at 19?
I think when it comes down to it. My thing is I don't want to clutter anything up. I kind of like it keeping open and everything like that. If it clutters up too much, it kind of ruins the hobby, should I say?
Yeah.
Plus, it keeps your wife off you. But anyway, but she don't. But I'm dog my wife, but she lets me in the hobby and she supports it. She don't play pinball, but she supports it. And I think that's real important. But anyway, back to I don't know, I rambled off on there, so sorry about that.
It's okay.
But I think I told the missus. I think when one of the ones through two that I got coming in, I think I'm going to sell one. And that's going to be really hard when I can think, okay, which one would I sell?
Yeah, because that's what I was talking about. Zach, I was like, man, Indy's collection, it's the top notch. It's like it's the best game. So it is. It's like looking around, I can't I honestly can't name a single pin you own that I would get rid of. You're probably going to kill me on this, but it'd maybe be Lord of the Rings. I don't know, like that. Yeah. That would be probably the only one out of the collection that I could part with, and I'd probably even cry with that.
I know. So, I think about that. I'm thinking, okay, which one should I do? But that's the toughest thing is, I'm fortunate enough and blessed enough to be able to sometimes get the money together and buy one, and so that's a good thing about this hobby. You know as well as I do. We're happy and blessed enough to be able to do something like this, And but anyway, so yeah, just a room. That's the thing, because I like having pinball parties, like everybody come over. I don't want them to feel like they're bumping into each other.
Well, I think the number you got now with the space, I mean, it's gorgeous. It's not overwhelming, and it doesn't look like that you've just stuck them in your kitchen. Not that there's anything wrong with people that put the pins in their kitchen, because I'm kind of marveled by pins stuck in odd places in sheds and everything else. So I actually kind of love that. But it's very aesthetically pleasing, and like you said, you don't feel like you're on top of each other. You don't, there's plenty of room with the collection number that you have, and it is freaking outstanding. So
it's weird because when I have friends over, I have a group of friends who come over, listen to music, shoot pool, drink some beer, and they won't hardly touch pinball machines. And then have a second group of friends come over. That's all they do is play pinball. So I thought, I can't get rid of the pool table. Yeah. Because I get rid of the pool table, everybody will say, well, how come you got rid of that for? Yeah. And I thought, well, okay, I got to keep...
alienates that side of friends.
That side and the second group of friends. Because I try to mix them together. Yeah. And when I start talking about pinball, and the guys kind of look at me like, what? But then, my pinhead buddies, they know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. But the other guys, they kind of look at them like, pool? Okay, that's old fashioned. Who was pool? I got pinball here, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah, it's like, how's you gonna play boring pool? You want to play something with balls, man. You get that. You get the pinballs out there. Yes, that's great. So you talked about LED in that machine. I know that because I'd stumbled across some of your videos that you've done a modding. You're a huge mod guy, man. Yes. You mod the crap out of your machines. Yes. So what is one of your? Do you have a favorite pin that you have modded that you've enjoyed the most, or aesthetically the most, or just it's got the coolest toy mod, anything that you put on there? Do you have a favorite that you...
I tell you, the pin I don't have anymore, but I thought it was probably the pin when you buy it, you have to mod. It's almost by the book. You have to, if you get Tron, you have to mod it. You have to get the little arcade in there. Yeah. You got to get the...
Did you do the EL wire and everything?
Yes. Yeah. It was a beautiful, beautiful pin. That's probably the ones I sold, and I couldn't really get into it too much, but I like Medieval Man. I'm not trying to... I don't want to crowd the playfield, but like in Simpsons, they got a Krusty spinner, and someone's playing Simpsons. They have no idea what Krusty shot. What are you talking about? Yeah. So what I did was I put a Krusty figure by the spinner, so they know. Okay, there's Krusty. I know hit Krusty. Yeah. And so and I love mods. Just as long as you don't do. I like the mirror blades. I like the side art. I like putting figures in. I don't want to overdo it. But I think sometimes if it adds to the pin and it adds enjoyment, why not?
Yeah, and teach their own with it too, man. Yeah. It's just it's fun to do. That's what Zach mods a lot of his stuff, and when I got my Ghostbusters, I just added a couple small things, LEDs, different stuff, and I loved it, man. It's just fun doing. It's so much fun.
And speaking of Ghostbusters, I don't know if you noticed or not. I had that little Ghostbusters symbol. All it was a toy. You buy 4 figures. On the
I've seen those. Yeah,
and you put this figure together. It looks like the no Ghostbusters sign. And what I did, I put a little flasher, and when you see it go off, it really flashes.
Does he glow? Is he a glow in the dark?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, see, so that flasher probably kind of
really amplifies it. And it's really cool especially when you hit that shot and the shot goes off and the no ghost symbol starts to glow off and on. Yeah. It's really, really cool. I didn't think it'd be that cool, but I like it. That's just me. But it looks pretty cool.
That's awesome. Which we'll show you guys some scans, because I mean you've got to see the mods, and because even though they're the greatest games, you've got Medieval Madness, you got Monster Bash, Indiana, you got all this stuff. Like Larry has so many mods and the side blades on almost everything that you probably won't see it anywhere else other than his house. Because I was talking to him about a Theater of Magic. I was like, those side blades are amazing. They're like the vintage sideshow posters and everything and stuff. Yep. And I was like, you guys will see it, but I was like, that just fits it so well. I mean, it literally looks like again, another one of those things that should have been a part of the machine. It makes the theme even more cohesive and brings that magical experience in.
It does.
But it's fantastic, man.
Some guys like keeping stock, and I see it. But some guys like to mod things out. They like to. If anybody follows Chris Bushy's videos, he was always a non-mod person. But then here lately, I think he got Ghostbusters and he got Star Trek, and he bought some mods. And so I'm starting to turn Chris on the dark side. He don't see that, but anyway,
that's great.
But it's pretty cool. I like it because when I first got in the hobby, and we got the pin, and you want to do stuff to the pin. That's your car. Like if we buy a car, I know everybody brings up the car argument up on pin side. They don't like bringing it up, but it's almost the same principle. When you buy some, you want to personalize it. Yes, thank you. You want to personalize it. So.
Exactly. And I know the answer to this because of looking around, but do you believe that there's any pins that should say stock incandescence, or are you LED every game? Like, it doesn't matter. Like
some I like to keep it regular. Some I like to put some LEDs in. LEDs I like putting in around the shots with some like around the ramps, I guess. Mm-hmm. I like doing it around there. Not so much in the middle of playfield too much. Me personally, I do like the LEDs. I think it modernizes the pins. Like if you get a color DMD for your from one of the older Williams Valley Day's pin.
Incandescence, it clashes. It looks weird.
Yeah, and I think it modernizes it. I mean, it makes it look better, in my opinion.
Yeah. And I don't see. I mean, all of yours are very tastefully done. Like there's nothing that's an odd. You know what I'm saying? That just stands because some people just. Rainbow them and throw in everything. But I mean, it's very tastefully done, man. Because I love it. It's easier on the machine, and it's like you said. Like if you take a game that's not LED, it just doesn't stand out. It just looks old. It doesn't.
Yes.
And especially if you've got some Sterns in the lineup that are new, it just nothing's cohesive. It just looks bad. And I'm kind of mixed on the argument because I think that if they would have had the LEDs, they would have stuck them in there. Then too, if the Williams would have done it, they wouldn't have been as dark. I don't think that the playfields were necessarily that dark on purpose. Yeah. It's just that
that's ahead.
Yeah, it's all they could do, really, and everything. Yeah, so I think that if the technology was there, then they would have done it then. So I know people will argue that's a hot button
and plus,
topic.
My point as well is look at Stern. They never sold mods. They never sold mods before, and now they realize, hey, we can make some money here, And Mesomods, great company, they make some great mods, but they got a contract, I guess, with Stern. I don't understand. Yep. So they make mods. So Stern realizes they do buy the mod. They put toppers on these pinheads collectors. They do buy these. So Stern now realize that now. So maybe we could make them. And I'm sure they make some pretty good puns.
Well, and if you look at something like Metallica, it's hard to find a Metallica that's not modded on the secondary market. It's hard to not find something on there. Yes. So I mean, mods are a huge thing. But it's like you said, people, no matter what, you like to personalize. That's why like. Oh my gosh, what was it? Not Facebook. What was it for? MySpace. You remember MySpace?
Oh yeah.
That's what everybody I think flocked to that at the time because you could personalize it, put your own backgrounds and music and everything else on there. So people just love that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So off the subject of pinball.
Yes.
Do you have any other hobbies outside of pinball?
Oh yeah.
That you like?
We have to take another 3 hours.
Oh, well, name one. What's your favorite hobby outside of pinball?
I love movies. I collect movies.
Yeah, me too.
In fact, movies is one got me into pinball. Believe it or not, because you get immersive into movies like Jurassic Park. You talking about Jurassic Park. When they bring a new one out, you want to go see it. And pinball's tied to movies, and so I love movies. I like blind. That's a new dictionary word, blind. I like buying the Blu-rays when they come out.
I'm a huge film geek too.
Oh, me too. I love them. Yeah. My biggest geeky thing I think would be is I still collect comics. I do. Read
me too.
I do. I love comics.
Yeah, me too. I've talked. Zach don't understand that.
Zach.
He has no clue of why that I can go spend $400 on a comic or something, and he
just convert them.
Yeah, he has no clue of what it is about. And then some of mine are graded, so they're CGC'd. So he's like, you can't even read the damn thing. He's like, why do you have them? Like, it is just gorgeous. Like, there's something about holding a comic that is this may be blasphemy. It's as special as putting your hands on a pinball machine.
Right, exactly.
It's something just that feels so beautiful and right about holding a comic in your hand.
But you know what's funny is that years and years ago, if you looked at read comic, you was a nerd, right? Okay, I'm a nerd. I can't change now. Now,
anybody who is in this hobby and says they're not is lying.
Exactly, you're lying to yourself. But on the flip side of the coin is Hollywood is starting to take notice of these. Look at these movies now. Look at money. Marvel's bankrupt at one time. Now they got their own film company now. Yeah. Now they're bought by Disney. Now they're God knows how much money they make now yearly and stuff like that. And people are starting to see what comics have been offering for years. These great stories. In fact, I think I remember reading an article one day about how Hollywood had a writer writer's strike, and they actually start going to some comic book artists who start stretching out to them. And a lot of the movies out there are written
by
comic book writers.
Yeah.
So they're starting to see that. Hollywood's starting to see that now.
Well, but I also think that Hollywood messed up comic book stuff so bad at times too, and they finally started getting it right. You know, I think I love the original Keaton Batman. Yes. I thought that was pretty good.
Oh yeah.
But I think like it kind of started with Batman Begins.
Yes.
It was that dark, gritty, the way things were supposed to be, and that it wasn't so hokey and so goofy. And I think that's what started to draw people in. And then when they saw that, Hollywood saw that those were big blockbusters and what Christopher Nolan was doing with those, then it spiraled out.
Exactly.
And they made some other, because X-Men's were decent. I like those. Those were good and everything. But then, you started with Avengers and some different stuff. And it was Iron Man.
Oh, enough said.
Fantastic. Yeah. I mean, so that, they wrote them like movies, not just like kids.
Yep.
Not thought, if that makes sense.
And in 3 simple words to prove my point: The Walking Dead.
Oh my gosh!
Okay?
Yeah.
Look at the fan base. That was a comic book, and I remember. This is depressing. I had the comic book in my hand, and on one issue, I went, "It's a black and white zombie book. Who cares?" Oh yeah. So
it's worth a small fortune now.
But I mean, look at the fan base that's got now,
Yeah.
and they have a show about the show, for Christ's sake. So so that's pretty amazing. So as a comic book nerd like we are, we're taking over the world, just so you guys know.
Yes,
so.
yeah, it's not a nerd thing. If you're into pinball, you can't hate comics.
Can't hate comics.
Okay, so of all the games, and your dream theme might be actually coming out, but what dream theme do you have? Like, what do you want to see made that has not been made? Anything that you can think of?
You already know the answer to this one here.
I think so.
Alien.
Yeah.
Alien and Star Wars. Now they had some Star Wars spin, but I really want to stir in Star Wars.
What's that 19th pin, Larry? What's going in that spot?
Alien.
Yeah.
Oh, and Star. Well, it depends who comes first. So I think Stern's going to be, but I think Star Wars. If Star Wars comes first, that's going to spy. If Alien, I gotta make room for it.
So you're getting both of them no matter what.
Yes. Yeah. I'm sticking with Highway. The good thing about it is Melissa Coin Takers. Again, this is throwing a plug out to these people I know and I respect.
Which is a good thing, man. If people you trust in this and everything, there's nothing wrong. We give shout outs to people. We're not sponsored really by anybody except for Larry at Flipping Out. But we just enjoy the people. We enjoy your show, Buffalo, Dead Flip. We enjoy it. Man, we throw them a plug. Like, we don't need anything for it. We don't expect anything because we enjoy what's going on. Comment. Pinball, we love their LEDs and everything, so we throw that out there. So I don't think there's anything ever wrong with that. But go ahead. Sorry, Melissa.
No. I was going Melissa Coin Taker. The good thing about what she did was she understands with all the fiasco went on with Predator and J-Pop, all that. She goes, look, they're a big distributor. She goes, and she said, I'll take the down deposits for my customers. That's all I'm going to ask for them. I'm not going to expect them to pay anything till we had the ships on my dock.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not the ship. Ships on the dock, or with the pins on the ship on the dock. And I said, listen, my God, that's exactly what people want. And so, and she said, I gave her $1,000 down, and she goes, if something falls through, I'll give you money back, or you could put down another pin, or you could put it on merchandise we have.
Yeah.
Made me feel totally 110% confident, and
and that means a lot.
It does.
As a distributor, it really does.
It does. And so what I did was, I'm sticking through. I know all the fiasco going with Highway. I think Melissa feels comfortable about it, and I'm going to stick through the ship. Hopefully we'll go through. And
me too, because I wrote you after Kaneda wrote us. I wrote Larry, and I was like, hey Larry, I was like, man, did you hear that Andrew's out and everything else, so hopefully you're going to get your pin and everything. He's like, thanks. He goes, I read it on there because I was worried about it. I was like, because it's exactly what Larry said. We'd reached out on Facebook and we'd said, or on Pinside, and we'd said, hey, we really want to get our hands on Alien and we want to review an Alien and put some time on it. And Larry was kind enough to write me, and Larry was like, hey man, I'm not too far from you. I'm getting one. It should be in a few months, which that turned into quite a few months now with the problems. Yeah, with the problems going on. Yeah. But we started talking and actually know some of his family and everything else. So we that's how we kind of met, was over Alien and everything and all that. And so here I am doing this interview. So so to wrap it up, let's do one other hot button thing that you're already getting. So I know you like it. Yeah. But what do you think of Star Wars? What was your first impressions, if you feel comfortable giving those?
Yeah. First impression was I was underwhelmed when I looked at it. Because I don't think Stern could put so much stuff into it, and Star Wars fan like myself would have been happy with it because when I looked at it, my first impression was I wish there was just one more toy on there.
Yeah.
It looked like the right side of the play field was blank, but the left side in the middle was fine.
Yeah.
And I thought about it, and I couldn't think. Well, you know what? I might pass on this one. It's not realized, but the more I looked at it, I wish Stern would do a little more PR on the stuff. I think it helped him out sending out video. I know Pinside's gonna bash it. That's what they do.
Yeah.
But I realized two things. Number one, and we talked about this, is that they're gonna release a Star Wars film every year in some shape or form. It's got a huge fan base. It's going to have a market for them. It's going to have people wanting to play them and see them. So it's a big hit for Stern. I know it's going to be a big hit for him. Steve Ritchie's doing it.
Yeah.
I love his Star Trek LE. I don't think it's going to match anything with Star Trek LE did. I think Stern knocked out the park cosmetically wise and play wise as well. I wish I had one more toy on it, but you know what? I'm going to save face. I believe in Steve Ritchie. I love his games.
But I was looking at, and you've got an LE back there, your Ghostbusters, but mine's a Pro, and I was looking at my Pro, and I was like, honestly, if you just removed the purple set of city buildings off the pops, it would actually be a very naked, bare game itself.
Yes,
but that adds to it. But it means a lot. Something as simple as just one plastic sitting on top of some pops.
That's all. Yeah,
makes a huge difference.
Something.
And I wish they'd do that. Yeah. Now, do you think? Because I love Spider-Man, I love Star Trek, so that's why I'm giving this a chance. Do you think that it's going to shoot very similar? Because a lot of people get mad that Spider-Man and Star Trek are very similar and shoot the same. Do you think that this is going to be in that same category?
It's pretty close.
I think so. Looking at the shots, it kind of looks...
It reminds me of a little bit of AC/DC with a little Spider-Man mixed in. I'm kind of interested to see how the metal ramp's going to do on the premium and LEs and see what it does.
Death Star.
Yes, I'm kind of interested to see that. I was really surprised they put that little miniature LCD screen in there.
I was too, especially on Pros and everything.
It kind of reminded me with Alien. I know it's probably cheaper for Stern to do that, besides putting a toy in there. But we'll see.
Yeah,
I think it'll implicate it pretty well. I think it's going to look pretty nice after everything's all said and done.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put faith in it. I think,
me too. I'm not rushing the judgment yet because, like you said, I love Spider-Man. I love Star Trek. So I think I'm gonna love the way this shoots.
Oh yeah,
too,
I think
honestly.
so too. Yeah, I can't wait for it. I think it's gonna be good. I think, like I said, every year when Star Wars comes out on Blu-ray or the new hit movie comes out, you're gonna get the itching to go downstairs. You won't want to play Star Wars pin because you're in the mood for it and stuff. And I
agree.
I think Stern's gonna sell a bunch of them.
I agree. So there you have it, guys. This is Larry, aka IndyPin over here, and man, Larry, I completely appreciate you having me. And we're gonna jump over. We're gonna I want to show you a couple of his games, just a few of them, because we got a Cactus Canyon continued over here that you probably have never laid your eyes on, and I just want to show off some of Larry's mods and stuff. So be sure to after that check us out on Facebook, give us a few likes. We're actually putting a little bit of special content on there. We'll have just some little special videos, maybe some sneak peeks of some stuff coming up, and like us or subscribe to us on YouTube, guys. Thank you again, Larry.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you guys.
Take care. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Cactus Canyon here. This is the regular Cactus Canyon, but I have the continued P-Rock program put in. If anybody interested, again, it's Eric Pripke. He's Epic Geek, I think it is, on Pinside. And what Eric did was he took the original Cactus Canyon that was unfinished and one of the last pins Williams made, and he basically finished. He put a lot more modes in it. And some of the really cool things he did was he put a super skill shot in here, reference when you're about ready to plunge the ball, you hold in both flippers, and the thing will say super skill shot. Then it show a certain shot you have to hit on the playfield, and when you hit that shot, it will show a mode. And what's cool about it is he took different modes from different pinballs from Williams, like I'm trying to think one, like Attack from Mars. If you hit the mode and hit the shot for super skill shot, and it's random, it will show Attack from Mars, and your job is to, I think it was to shoot the ships, I think it's spaceships. Scared Stiff, he put that mode in here. If you hit the shot, if you hit the super skill shot, hit the mode, you get Scared Stiff mode where you, I'm trying to think which one it is, how you like to do there and stuff. It's like move the car from Creature from Black Lagoon. He did a lot of other things. If you look in the back glass here, the original Cactus Canyon has 4 characters, as you see, where there's only 3. Well, if you look off to the side, there's a female there. Her name is Boss Betty. She was not on the program, so what Eric did, he added on there. He got a girl to do the voiceover. He added her in there as well. And if you're there's also a secret mode in here where Rudy shows up once in a while, and you hit the boss, you hit the cowboy back in the head like you do with the rest of boss characters, and you hit Rudy in the head, and it shows him on DMD, and he talks to you, and it's really, really cool. He had so much added features onto the. They got another one called Cowboys vs. Aliens, where it's just like the movie. You got to hit the certain shots, and then you got to after you hit the certain shots, you got to hit the pop-up targets, and that's the actual aliens you shoot at, just like in Attack from Mars. Another one cool is a drunk multi-ball. It's like the alien invasion on Simpsons, but the cool thing about it is that when you get it's easier to get on this one here, and once you get it, it reverses flippers, and it's like drunk multi-ball. So you got to hit the ball around with reverse flippers, and that's another mode that he added on. He had a bunch of other really cool modes on there, but he really made the pin that much more better, shall I say. He completed it, shall I say, Paul. So anybody that ever had a chance and have the opportunity to pick up Cat's Canyon, you got to get with Eric and get his continued program, and he'll send you everything to you that you need to hook up, and it just makes the pin that much better.
You had a fling with a slingshot, you're rolling out the outlet again. I tried to cradle you with my flipper, it was all in.
I said, let's open this thing up like I did your mom.
That one just doesn't even feel good.
No, it's dirty.
That one's a bad one.
It's really dirty.
Almost offended.
There it is. It should be. Ooh, yeah, your mom.
So is my mom.
She knows what she likes.
My father! She likes my father!
Which would be me.
That really makes things weird.
New dad. Take that to school with you.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Okay.
I'm not crazy about the grape juice, though.